right? A good life is built with good relationship. So says Robert Waldinger. A good life, a good life is built with good relationship. Like I said earlier on, that's a conclusion that came out from the study, that a good life is built with good relationship. As you build your relationship, you are building a good life. As you build your relationship, you are building a good life. And that came to fore more for me even this week, even as I planned the burial of my mother, who passed on my mother passed on 2 weeks ago now, 2 Mondays ago now, and we're planning all the burial things, but as we do all the burial, the relationships are built so far. It's showing up in my life, right? Things are falling into place. The solutions to all the preparations are falling into place because of the relationship I already have. People are giving me numbers, connections to talk to, this, and life is easy, straightforward. Why? Because I have built relationship. I have sold in lives that I can make demand of at this point in time, right? I have sold not because of this season, but because I have sold, I can make withdrawals from those deposits I have made. The relationships I have built up to this time makes life easy, even at this time for me. The other thing would say, if you do the hard things today, your life tomorrow will be easy. If you do the hard things today, your life tomorrow will be easy. But if you choose to do the easy things today, your tomorrow will be hard, right? Your tomorrow is determined, is decided by the seed you sow today, not the harvest. It's the seed you sow today that will determine what your tomorrow will be like, right? So a good life, the harvest of a good life is built with good relationship, the seed of good relationships, right? That will make a difference in your life, both in the longevity of the life and the quality of the life also, right? A good life, a good relationship keeps us healthier and happier, healthier and happier, healthier and happier, right? Because it gives you people to talk to, people to relate to, people to rejoice with. And as you do that, your heart is beating right, right? You're not in a place of anxiety. You're in a place of love. You're in a place of sharing, right? And when you're in a relaxed place, a place of commonality, you have a free flow of your heart is beating right. Your lungs are pumping air at the right rate, and it affects you. It affects you, like we talked about, and we'll talk about later on again, about loneliness. When you're lonely, when you're not having the right social interaction in your life, social engagement in your life, it affects every area of your life. Loneliness will affect you spiritually. It will affect you psychologically. It will affect you physically, right? But when you have the right social engagement, right relationships in your life, it will affect you positively in every area of your life. It will affect you positively spiritually. It will affect you positively psychologically. It will affect you positively physically as well, right? So we have good vibes when we have people we can relate with, especially when we gel with the persons, when we have the right chemistry with people, it gives us good vibes. We enjoy being alive. We enjoy being alive, whereas it were we're in the zone. When we're with people that we gel with, we're in the zone. We're in that cosmic world, where everything is good. You are in what they call that word now. But you're in a state. You're just in another place. You're in a zone. You're in a place where you're in paradise, as it were. You're in a place where, as it were, there no everything is good, as it were. When you're in a place where you're gelling, you're with people of the like mind, like thought, like vision, or at least there's something of commonality which you're focusing on at that point in time. It brings you into a place of the zone, right? Um, There's a word for it. Yeah, utopia. Yeah, you're in a utopia. The world you would want to be. It might be a bit of this fictitious word, or fictitious word generally, but it is a place of it's a psychological place, an emotional state, and for whatever it longs, it's a beautiful place. And the more you can live in that place, the happier you are, the more healthy you are, because you don't have you don't have secretions in your bloodstream that is making you to want to fight or flight. You're not in that place of war. You are in a relaxed state. You're in a relaxed state. Your heart is not under pressure. Your lungs are not under pressure. Your blood is flowing right. Right? That's important. Scientific studies have told us again and again that human beings need nutrition, they need exercise, they need purpose, and they need each other. Right? Scientific studies have told us that we need good food, we need to exercise, move, we need a purpose, and we need each other. We need nutrition for our physical body, to fuel for our body. We need exercise, right? For our physical being and also for our mind. We need a purpose, right? It helps us spiritually and psychologically. And we need each other. It helps us socially, right? That's important. Relationships provide support to get you through rough times, right? In the book of Ecclesiastes will tell you that two are better than one because they make a better reward of their labor, right? If one falls, the other one will pick him up. If one is cold, the other one will warm him up, right? If one is down, the other one will encourage him, right? So the two are better than one, and that's what relationship does for you. Relationships provide support to get through rough times. When you have no strength of your own, relationship will give you a shoulder to lean on, someone to encourage you, someone to just speak right words into your life, right words over your life, to bring out you through the hard times, the difficult times, the times when you don't seem to believe in yourself. Another person's belief in you might just carry you through, right? Sometimes we don't have enough belief in ourselves, and it makes a difference to have someone that believes in you, carry you through those times. I thank God for my mama. She's been there for me in that wise, right? Time when I didn't believe, or there was nothing even in me to believe. I rested on the belief of my mama, and that's important. That's important. And we can do that for one another. That's the essence of a church. That's the essence of a team. That's the essence of society. That's the essence where we group together, is to help one another. Is that popular song that says, lean on me, lean on me, when you're not strong. One day I'm not going to be strong. Also, I'm going to need a shoulder to lean on. That's what we do for one another. And that's a beauty, the power, the strength, that your relationship brings to us. So relationship provides support to get you through rough times. Having someone to help us through those struggles can make all the difference there is in life. you know all the difference there is to our struggle, right? One may chase 1,000 and two put to flight 10,000. It's called synergy, right? When we link with another person, it's not the sum of our strength. A miracle of life occurs, a chemical explosive reaction occurs when you link with someone else. It's not one put to flight 8,000 and two put to flight 2,000. No, two put to flight 10,000. It's called developing synergy. It's called synergy. It's called the mastermind. When two link together, when three link together, when four link together, it's not a sum of their strength. It's an explosive, combination. When you relate with another person, you develop what we call synergy. You develop what we call the mastermind. That's the power of relationship. That's the power of linking up with other people, right? Like we typically would say, two good heads are better than one. Two good heads are better than one good head, because one good head might put to flight 8,000. Two good heads will put to flight 10,000 to have a synergistic mastermind, explosive interaction. right? So two better than one, Ecclesiastes says, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. A lot of loners die. You have people that die at home and nobody knows that they've died until somehow they come break into their house. Loneliness will kill you. Loneliness will kill you before your time. You cannot survive on your own. You need to make friends. Be a friend so that you can have friends. Be a friend so you can have friends. Be friendly so that you can have friends. Again, if two lie together, then they have it. But how can one be warm alone? You need other people in your life. You need other people in your life.